What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Today we're back to some more Pirate Rumble action, and of course we're going to be showcasing the brand new Ulti that we pulled in the Yukata Summer Sugo Fest. Really excited to jump into this one today. I've been trying to figure out a team that's going to work with Ulti, and there are definitely some key units that I wanted to kind of use with Ulti, namely Katakuri, because Katakuri is focused on boosting fighters, but if they have, you know, the other classes that he boosts, like Slasher, Driven, Powerhouse, he also gives those characters a bit of a boost as well. And the fact that we had Who's Who release recently, who is also fighter and Powerhouse and works with Katakuri, fits quite well. And then we have Legend Ulti release, who is a fighter and a powerhouse and boosts fighter characters. So we've got a very interesting team build here. And the other characters that are surrounding, we've got Legend Cracker, who I kind of put in there as like a last choice, really. I wasn't too sure who I wanted to put in there. But the fact that Cracker provides such significant CT increase for the powerhouse class is why we're using him. He's phenomenal through testing. He was a really great choice. Plus I have him at level 150 with Limit Break Plus, so his stats are amazing. And then we've also got Jinbei. Now I've been tossing around with like using Legend Jack, using V1 Whitebeard, who is at level 150 for me, so he was a pretty decent choice. But I decided to settle on Jinbei because he actually recently received some buffs with level limit break. Mine is at level 4, so he goes up to 130. And his Rumble ability gives a lot of HP and a bit of defense to fighters. But his special ability got a pretty big upgrade because previously the damage was only like 1.5 or like 1.6 times his attack. So when you get him to level 130, he actually gets 2.5 times his attack, and of course when you get him to level 130, his stats will also significantly increase. So the amount of damage that he does is better. And also, if they don't die, they get given level 16 attack down for 25 seconds. So they are not going to be doing damage to you, unless of course it's a health cut or fixed damage or something like that. But this special ability has been pretty decent, and of course the Rumble ability of giving additional bulk has always been nice. So we're going to be testing that out today. But before we actually get into it, let's actually just talk about what Ulti does for the team. So Ulti provides a level 6 attack and health boost for fighter characters, which is all of our characters except for Cracker. So Cracker will not be receiving the level 6 attack and HP from Ulti specifically. But a 27 CT cooldown will give our fighter characters level 10 attack, level 10 speed, level 10 crit percent up, and then also guaranteeing targets on 3 enemies for 2 times her attack, up to 2 times. So a great addition to this team that I think is definitely going to be, you know, kind of a staple moving forward if you are aiming to use a character like Katakuri in Rumble. I guess you could potentially try and run Ulti on a strength team, but there aren't that many good fighter characters you'd be running on a strength team in the first place. Unfortunately, class teams are just not quite at that level yet, but hopefully we can get some good results in today. So let's go ahead and find some opponents. Alright, so we're going to take on this team here. Very interesting looking strength team, and of course you have to respect Luffy and the Straw Hats. A very diabolic character in Pirate Rumble. Obviously getting the guaranteed res is going to be a little bit of an issue, but the fact that he can give some CT increase to the Free Spirit characters, and whenever he launches, providing that haste is obviously going to be another little bit of a problem. But he doesn't really have a lot of stats, it looks like, on that Luffy character, so that's going to be kind of beneficial to us. Kind of odd that Luffy is here, but you know, if Luffy does launch, it's pretty bad for us. But of course we have Cracker, which gives us very significant CT increase. Jinbei just missing out on a special there, but Katakuri will be our first character to launch, taking a bit of damage from Lord. That was actually pretty significant damage. Let's see how much damage we can output back. Dude, that was pretty good damage from Katakuri, plus we get the heal. Now we get to get Who's Who. Good damage, and we got the damage through defense, which actually did knock out Luffy and the Straw Hats, and this will knock out these two as well. That's a fantastic showing right there. We do have Jinbei and Cracker still ready to go, and those characters can hit hard. Ace will do a bit of damage to us here, but considering he doesn't have a lot of other Rumble abilities active right now, I'm not really too concerned about that. I'm really looking forward to seeing Jinbei and also the Cracker specials come in. Here we go with Jinbei. good damage, and also that attack down, and Cracker is gonna get the dub. So that was a pretty easy victory. That wasn't a really scary team to take on, but you saw that, you know, if they don't have that defense, we're just gonna completely destroy them. I really like the addition of Katakuri though, the fact that he does really good damage, and he provides that significant heal to himself. Like, Katakuri lasts a really long time in Rumble these days because of that healing that he has. But obviously, Ulti's a really nice addition too, giving all of our fighter characters some significant health and attack buffs, and when she does launch, she gives them further attack increases, increasing the damage of the rest of our specials. So let's see if we can find someone else that might be a little bit more difficult. So this is normally a team that you would not challenge in a lot of cases, but there is no Wano Law. If there was Wano Law on this team, I would not be challenging it. Obviously, for those who don't know, Wano Law has a very annoying Rumble ability that provides the Psy characters with significant CT increase, but he also provides very significant CT reduction to driven and powerhouse enemies, and considering our entire team is powerhouse centric, I don't think that's something that we want to take part in. So what are their stats looking like? I'm pretty sure their stats are pretty good. Yeah, that's a really well balanced stat line that they have. We do have more CT increase than our opponents, which is a very good thing for us. So ideally we get rid of Yamato and Odin as soon as possible. Those two are going to be the problem, and getting Ulti to launch first is fantastic. Crit speed and attack increase, and already knocking out the Smoothie Pirate Rumble character. So Kuzan's going to come in, and he does provide really good buffs to the enemy side of the field here. Katakuri doing really good damage actually. Kuzan missing out. Odin, okay, hopefully we can dodge some of this action bind. Very, very hard-hitting unit, and unfortunately Who's Who got hit with the action bind. We can get hit with action bind here as well. We do avoid that one, but still Yamato is going to launch. Oh, and then we got a Roger as well. So Cracker is gone. Oh, this is bad, dude. Ulti's gone. Oh man, this is not good. This is not good at all. Okay, we have Sober Mask that is ready to go, who's going to be kind of nice, but it is still a little bit too high for us in terms of the counter on the clock. We need to get a little bit lucky here towards the end. Here we go with Sober Mask special. Decent damage, but it's not going to really matter too much when we don't have anyone left to launch a special. Katakuri, is he going to launch? No, he got knocked out. That's unfortunate. So, yeah, look, the Psy team, it's still going to beat most class teams. I can't think of a single class team that would actually beat a really good Psy team consistently. Color teams are just extremely powerful still at this point, and unfortunately, we just need to wait and see until we get better Pirate Rumble characters that are more focused on classes compared to colors. Hopefully, we see a little bit more of that in the future. But as of right now, the Psy team is still a little bit too good. I saw this team and I just wanted to challenge it just because of how fascinating it is. It looks to be kind of like a powerhouse focused team. A little bit weird that Oars is at their bench unit. Definitely not the unit that I would have selected as the bench unit. Considering that they do have Sanji and Judge on their team, it is a little bit hard to put in Sober Mask, for example. But this is just a fascinating team, and I'm really interested to see what the opposing team can really do to us here. So let's see what they've got. What are their stat lines looking like? Wow, look at that attack and HP. That's actually kind of frustrating, but they don't have a lot of defenses, so our specials are going to do crazy good damage to them. That's what I'm expecting, but they're really bulky. They've got a lot of HP, so we do have to respect what they've got. And I do know that Black Maria is a really good addition to the enemy side of the field there. How much defense were they getting? Level 6 defense is incredible. God damn. Alright, Ulti's ready to go. That's going to give us all of those statistical increases as well as a bit of damage there. Not bad damage, not bad. And then we have the Sasaki. I think, yeah, this guy's just like totally defensive focused, so he's not really too important. Katakuri, though, good damage coming in there, a little bit of healing. Jinbei with the attack down is going to be really good. So the Kaido and the Sasaki have reduced attack. And here we go with Who's Who. Damage through defense, knocking out the Kaido and the Sanji Judge. So Oars comes in now, not really too worried about the Oars. Blackbeard is a little bit of a problem. He does good damage. We avoid the action bind, which is fantastic for us. Crack is going to come in, hopefully get some good damage. It wasn't the best, but not too bad either way. Cracker's got a nice rumble ability. That's the reason why he's here. Cracker is not here to KO the enemies, but either way, we're looking in pretty good stead here. Not really too concerned. And of course, Sasaki is the final character that's going to get knocked out by my man, Mr. Slam Jam Katakuri. So, yeah, again, pretty convincing win, of course. You know, that wasn't really the best team out there. I mean, if I'm going to run Mono Powerhouse, I'm just going to run this team that I got now, to be honest, because this just still, it seems a little bit more consistent. But either way, pretty nice victory. Let's see if we can find someone else. Alright, let's see how this one goes. Again, just genuinely curious to see how we go against a slasher team. Now, slasher teams are probably not the most optimal teams to be running in this day and age because of their, lack of defense, considering, color teams are really bulky, but can also output some serious damage and some serious firepower. Slashers can definitely do that too, but they don't make up for it with their bulk, so they have a lot of CT increase. We actually kind of hold up reasonably well with our CT. We do have around the same defensive style as them. It's just going to be who can do more damage, and definitely 6+ Odin is going to be a little bit of a problem because he does the fixed like 1500, and then he also does additional damage on top of it. Who are you targeting, Calgara Nolan? That's actually really good damage from Calgara Nolan. That's scary, dude. And Odin is already launching. Oh, okay, we just lived the hit. Okay, is Who's Who launching? No, Katakuri is launching after this. Okay, Kizaru doesn't have a special. Hopefully he doesn't hit the, what do you call it? Okay, no, Kizaru's down, that's good. Jinbei actually is kind of clutch here because of that attack down. That's super good. Oh, unfortunately it only targeted the Roger. Okay, hopefully Dofi does not hit Who's Who. If we could get Who's Who to go, that'd be sick. Okay, Who's alive. That's great. We can get the damage, and then we get the damage through defense. Very good. So, see you later, Dofi. That's great, and we just win. We just win from here. Cracker's ready to go, and we don't need Cracker, because Katakuri is going to get the final KO once again. All right. Love to see it. Okay, so at least we got another win. That's fantastic. So, I think with that, we'll pretty much wrap it up at this point. But, as you can see, the team is pretty decent, but color teams definitely still give it a good shout. So final thoughts on Ulti and Rumble. I think that she's actually pretty decent. She gives the fighter characters a very nice piece of support. If you're running mono fighters in Pirate Rumble, you probably want to be using Ulti on your team. But it's just a matter of finding the right team composition, because currently class teams just don't hold up. I think maybe Free Spirit and Slasher are the only two classes that come to mind immediately that would be somewhat half decent. But outside of that, characters like in Driven, Powerhouse, Shooter, like these classes are just not good enough in Rumble right now compared to side teams, strength teams, quick teams, dex teams, right? They're just extremely powerful. But I think that maybe later on down the line, once we get that support that the classes receive, they could potentially hold up to these color teams. But as of right now, as of the recording of this video, I don't think that they hold up. But that's going to be it from me. Definitely a really fun one though. Definitely fun to use these types of teams every once in a while. Thank you very much for watching, and if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.